Hi, good morning. In today's video, I'm going to solve this problem, which is coming on the form of equation. The question is, for what real values of x is a real number, this equation holds these three conditions. We have three cases. What's the solution of this equation? When you have the case A, the capital A equals square 2. The second case, when you have the capital A equal 1. The third case, when you have capital A equal 2. So what's the solution of this equation when you have these three conditions? Okay, this is International Math Olympiad 1959, problem number 2. Before I start solving this equation, we are going to determine the domain range of this equation. On the other word, this quantity of the square root has to be positive, okay? So let's start. We have x for x as a real number, x plus square root of 2x minus 1 has to be superior or equal 0, and also 2x minus 1 has to be superior or equal 0 as well. Okay, so we have to hold these conditions in order to keep your x positive inside of square root. Okay, so we have x plus square root of 2x minus 1 has to be superior or equal 0. This is the first condition of x. Okay, so that's mean let's put square root of 2x minus 1 on the other side, which is minus 2x minus 1 equivalent. Let's erase number 2 as a power on both sides. So this one become 2x minus 1. Let's put this term on the other side. X squared minus 2x plus 1 superior or equal 0. Okay, what is this? This is x minus 1 quantity square. Okay, superior or equal 0. Okay, so this statement is true. That's mean your number, this quantity is superior or equal 0. Okay, so we don't have to worry about the sign of x for this case, but we still have another condition here. Okay, so this one is a positive numbers, so we have to worry about this one now. So this one equivalent to x superior or equal 1. That's mean x is hold this inequality, x superior or equal 1 over 2. Okay, I'm going to raise number 2 as a power on both sides. Okay, so now in this step I'm going to solve this equation for all x superior or equal 1 over 2 equivalent this condition, this equation. In this step I'm going to solve this equation for all x superior or equal 1 over 2. This equation is square root of x plus square root of 2x minus 1 plus square root of x minus square root of 2x minus 1 equal capital A. I'm going to raise number 2 as a power on both sides. Okay, so this one square root I'm just raising the power power 2 on both sides, okay? I'm going to distribute this equation, okay, based on this identity. So we have a plus b quantity square equal a square plus 2 times ab plus b square, okay? So I'm applying this one here. So this one is a x, square root of x plus square root of 2x minus 1. So x plus square root of 2x minus 1 square plus 2 times x plus square root of 2x minus 1 multiplied by another square root, which is x minus square root of 2x minus 1 plus the last term, which is x minus square root of 2x minus 1 square, okay? So now equal, this one equal a square, okay? Now my equation become a square equal, this one is giving me x plus square root of 2x minus 1, because you have the power 2, we have square root. Now the power 2 square is going with square root, okay? It's going to be simplified. So my equation becomes x plus square root of 2x minus 1 plus this term. I'm going to put this one inside. So 2 times x plus square root of 2x minus 1 multiplied by x minus square root of 2x minus 1 plus the last term. This square root is going to be cancelled with square. We have to square, be simplified. So that's mean x minus square root of 2x minus 1, okay? So x plus x is 2x, okay? Plus this term. This term I'm going to transfer this term on this form, because we have a square minus this identity, a square minus b square equal a minus b factor a plus b. So this one is the same thing here as you have here. So if you plug in x in a, x equal a, b equals square root of 2x minus 1, okay? So that's mean this product becomes on this form, okay? So we have to multiply by square root of x square, which is a square, minus b square, which is 2x minus 1, okay? Because square root, quantity square, it will be cancelled with the square root. Will be no square root here because of power 2, okay, of this identity. So that's mean my equation becomes, let's multiply by number 2, let's put 2 outside as a multiplier. So 2 multiplied by x plus this one minus 2x, which is minus 2x, minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 is plus 1. What is this? This is this identity. This is let's add it here. This is a minus b square equal a square minus 2ab plus b square, okay? I'm going to use this one here, which is a minus b quantity square equal a square minus 2ab plus b square. This one is written on this form, so I'm going to transfer it on this form now. So this one, my term become 2 square root 2 factor x plus square root of x minus 1 quantity square, okay? So the number which is taken out, it has to be positive when you take it out, okay? Because we don't know the sign of this quantity. We don't know this sign of x minus 1. If it is negative, it makes you a problem, okay? Because we cannot put the negative numbers inside of the square root. That's the reason why we have to be careful when you're taking out the number out of square root, okay? Now, what is this? So, this my equation becomes 2 times factor x plus absolute value of x minus 1, okay? Now, I'm going to figure out, determine the sign of this number, okay? Remember we have x, remember here, this is my interval, okay? This is 0, this is 1 over 2, this is number 1, okay? And so on. X now is playing in this interval. Maybe your x is between 1 over 2 and 1, or after number 1. X is playing from 1 over 2 to infinity, but we don't know in this case x is between 1 over 2 and 1 or after 1, okay? Or 1 is superior, x is superior than number 1, okay? Let's see. We know this one, right? So we know x superior or equal 1 over 2, x between 1 over 2 and 1, right? We know that because this one, we have x here because x is superior equal 1 over 2. This is, you put as a condition if we have two cases. The case when you have x between 1 over 2 and 1. Second case when you have x superior greater than 1, okay? So what this mean? This implies this x is inferior or equal 1. That's mean equivalent x minus 1 inferior or equal 0, okay? What does this mean? This number is negative now. So now when you take out absolute value, you have to put it negative, okay? So this one now become 2 factor x minus x plus 1, okay? Because you put negative, minus multiplied by x equal minus x, minus 1 multiplied by minus 1, which is 1. So you are going to cancel out the x because we have x minus x. So your equation become 2, okay? What does this mean? You have a squared equal 2, okay? Your condition is verified, you see it? I'm going to take the positive number, okay? Because we have the positive number there. So we don't have no solution with, we have two cases. A equal square root of 2 or a equal minus square root of 2. We don't have this one because we have this condition. So you have no solution when you have a equal minus square root of 2. But the solution that I have now, what's the solution of this equation in this case? My solution, x is between 1 over 2 and 1 is hold this condition. So a equals square root of 2, hold x between 1 over 2 and 1, okay? Or equal 1. So this condition is verified. I'm going to move on to the next step, okay? Now I'm going to take off absolute value, okay? Now when you take x minus 1 out of absolute value, your number become positive because x hold this condition, x greater than 1. That's mean x minus 1 greater than 0, okay? Now I allowed to write down my equation on this form, 2x plus x minus 1 by taking out absolute value. Okay, so x plus x is 2x minus 1. So 4x, 2 times 2x is 4x minus 2. Okay, so a square. Now I'm pulling out x. So x equal a square plus 2 over 4. Okay. Now I'm going to plug in a, capital A, which is 1, into here to see what's the condition of x, to see what this one is, this condition is verified or not. So a square is 1 plus 2 over 4. Okay, 3 over 4. Now x equal 3 over 4. We know x is greater than 1, right? This is impossible. 3 over 4 is less than 1, not greater than 1. So this is impossible. What does mean? That means this equation doesn't have solution when you have a capital A equal 1. Okay? Let's move on to the last step. This condition is verified now. Now, in this last step, I have this equation, x equal a square plus 2 over 4. We know this condition, we have x greater than 1. Okay, this is x. I'm working in this case when x superior than 1. Okay, let's go to the case C when you have a capital A equal 2. Okay, number 2. Let's plug in into my equation to see this condition is verified or not. So x equal a square, which is 2 square plus 2 over 4. Okay, equal 2 to 2 is 4 plus 2 over 4, which is 6 over 4, which is 3 over 2. 3 over 2, we know x is greater than 1. This condition is verified because 3 over 2 equal 1.5, which is greater than 1. So that means this equation has a solution based on this condition. When you have a capital A equal 2, that means x is hold this condition. So x equal 3 over 2. This as a solution now. In this case, when you have a equal 2, right? So now I'm going to summarize this one. For the case a, when the a capital A equals square 2, we have this solution. X is larger or equal 1 over 2 and inferior or equal 1. For the case B, the capital A equal 1, there is no solution for this equation. In the case B, the last case, the capital A equal 2, that means you have only one solution, x equal 3 over 2. Okay, so my solutions of these equations, we have 2 solutions. Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe us. Okay, take care, bye.